All right, that looks good. Um, don't really know what you. Oh, there we go. That looks good. Good on those ends. Pop open this. I guess give it a second to see if we get the notification. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Having a good evening so far. Enjoying the what is it? Pro Bowl news that's come out this week, or well, this evening. Um, kind of a few snubs, I would say. The fan voting didn't really turn out to produce the same results that some people probably were hoping for. Um, I was a little surprised by a couple things. I don't know. Guess we'll get to it when we get to that. I didn't even have to wait for a notification. I just had a real good feeling you would be live. There you go. Yeah, I'm just wondering when they'll pop up. I wonder if I'll get them today because I've already used two of them. So I wonder if I'll get the third. We'll see. Ew, it's a fun mystery. I don't know. It's been a big, kind of a bigger news day, I would say, especially because like the Pro Bowl news came out and Franco Harris came out. Yeah, it was natural causes. Um, he's like 73, so if anything, he probably had like weird heart complications or something, just from being kind of older. Maybe living a little bit harder in his younger days caught up with him. You hope not, anyway. All right, let me pop this open. Oh, there we go. There's the notification. That'll be helpful. I don't want to do that or that. Pop that open. Pop this open. There we go. Now we got our playback up. We got the chat open. Now we're chilling. Hopefully a few more people decide to come in tonight. That'd be pretty nice. Who knows, though? I kind of doubt it. I would guess that people are a little bit busy on December 21st, but, you know, or not, and just people just don't want to watch the channel anymore, and we're dead now. We'll find out. We shall find out. The fact that I think I'm the only person here right now is rather discouraging, but, you know. Oh, I guess Jacob's here now, too, so it's me and Jacob. So what's up, man? How's it going? Probably won't be a very long stream if no one else shows up. Nice, man. Congrats. You made it all the way to 18. Any big plans, or are you just kind of celebrating it like a normal birthday for now? Hmm. Damn. No one's coming to the stream tonight. I guess this probably won't be the longest stream tonight, eh? What's up, Janelle? It's just me, you, and Jacob tonight. I don't know yet. I might go to the Brown Saints. It's supposed to be 7. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cold. That'll be a pretty torturous event if you have to go to it. Hey, if you can, guys, leave likes. Maybe some people might show up. Who knows? I guess there's like zero interest in this channel on the Pro Bowl. Oh, well, we'll give it a few. We did just start, so people will pile in as it gets going. Ugh. I will say the Pro Bowl feels rather expected, though. I was a little surprised on a couple special team stuff is where my biggest surprises were. But outside of that, I don't know. It all felt pretty straightforward. Again, there's probably going to be numerous snubs, but as always, we'll cover it as long as enough people show up. If not, I'll just make a video. Damn, slow night. Anyone have anything they want to talk about before we get started? I guess not. What happened to my live watching audience? Where'd everybody go? It's like 4 people left. No, 3 people left. That none of them really say anything. No offense to you guys, but it's like, oh, night's the mod night. We're ripping them out. You have to show up to get them back. At this point, it's like, why even have them? What's up, Daniel? What's up, Spider? The Texans, why should they fire everybody? Aren't you guys in like a clear rebuild? Let's see, who else probably should go? Who doesn't like show up? All right, there's a big thinning. More will go. Anyway, what's up, Barry? How's it going, man? Why should the Texans fire everybody? I mean, I don't necessarily disagree. Like, I would probably fire like Lovie Smith and a couple other guys, but I don't know. You guys have at least been competitive in games that you like had no business being a part of. Things are like clearly starting to at least like morph in the right directions for the Texans. In my argument, just like a really strong defensive draft would actually fix a lot of your guys' problems this year. Pro Bowl pick sucked. TJ Watt made the Pro Bowl. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised TJ Watt made the Pro Bowl. That's kind of one of my bigger surprises is going to be TJ Watt, because it's like, didn't he only play like 8 games? Pro Bowl pick sucked. I've heard that sentiment echoed a few times. So the way everybody knows how Pro Bowl voting works, right? Matt Judon, yeah, he's the starting outside linebacker this year. Yep, he was the number 1 pick. Need new OC and Smith needs to defend. Yeah, I would agree. I wouldn't even fire Lovie Smith necessarily. I don't think he's a bad guy to like bridge the gap till you guys get to like a real new head coach. Especially since you guys aren't going to be really competing next year. I think if the Texans like stick to a defensive draft and build that way, you guys can win like a good amount of games off of defense. Yeah, I'm surprised Christian McCaffrey didn't wind up making the Pro Bowl. I don't know, we can start right away into the Pro Bowl. I mean, I have it open. But yeah, the Pro Bowl voting, everyone's kind of surprised because a lot of the fan voting guys didn't wind up like making the Pro Bowl at like any kind of capacity, even as like alternatives. And that's because it's like, it's a 3-facet voting, right? You have 1/3 of the vote is the fans. So that, it's 1/3. Then players is 1/3. So all the people in the league that get to play vote on who the Pro Bowlers are. And then there's a third category of of coaches. So you kind of get all 3, or at least 2 of the 3 to be a Pro Bowler. We play the NFC. Yeah, there you go. Watch the NFC, like watch the South divisions be the good ones next year, because it always seems to like jump division to division, and it's like, well, now this division's good. Now this division's good. I kind of like that though. Let's see. The Cowboys send 7, Chiefs 7, Baltimore 6, San Francisco 6, Vikings 5. Eagles sending 8 players. So those are the leading vote getter teams. Pretty impressive. The Lions got 1 guy in the actual like Pro Bowl and then 9 alternatives, which is pretty good. The Bills got something like 7 alternatives and the whole, it's like 12 total players. It's a crazy number. But, you know, a lot of alternatives and who knows. Let's see. Any other cool news? Yeah, it's cool that they're not playing a game anymore, and now they're going to play flag football instead. So now it's probably, you know, a pretty good option. Oh, shit. Damn, Aaron Donald was a Pro Bowler despite... Ugh. That's kind of weird. It's like guys who didn't really play much of the year, why are they getting like Pro Bowl nods from their peers and their coaches? It's like that seems just like they're just being given a status when it's like, well, did Aaron Donald really deserve to be a Pro Bowler? Did TJ Watt really deserve to be a Pro Bowler this year? Some things to think about anyway, right? I don't know. Where's all the fun people? Where's everybody at, though? What's happened? Stream used to have a bunch of fun people that came and talked. Like, where's all my mods and people that used to come to the streams? What are they doing? Everybody got to work all week? I thought everyone was done because it's Christmas. For the most part, yeah, Janelle. It's always just going to be like big name players, important players. Is everyone not done for Christmas yet? Shit's on fucking Sunday. They are all your bosses and shit making people work all the way through? It's like, you know, you guys are working through Friday. Like, and I need you here Monday. It is what it is. That sucks. That seems really stupid. You know what I mean? Well, I guess it kind of depends on what kind of field or job you work in. Seems like the company you work for doesn't necessarily care about family then. Which is always a big bummer. I don't know. The stream is officially dead. No one's really saying anything. It's hard to get a conversation going. It's pulling teeth, basically. This might just be a better video. Give it another, like, 10 minutes to see if anyone... I mean, like, there's a whole, like, Pro Bowl we can talk about. I've been trying to generate conversation the whole time. You guys are just sitting there. What's up, Maria? How's it going? I'm throwing conversation pieces in at a brick wall, basically. It's brutal. But either way, we'll give it like 10 more minutes, see if anyone wants to show up and hopefully make the stream a little bit more exciting and something that I can't just do as a video. I wanted to have some more of the smarter football people that we have around here to come to the stream, but I guess they're not interested. Pro Bowl quarterbacks, we'll get to it. I want to see if more people will come in so I don't have to repeat it a billion fucking times. But I guess no one else is showing up, so we'll probably just get started then. Do you think Cowboys will lose to whoever wins the NFC South? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Kind of hard to predict. Depends on who it is. I don't know. I'd have to look at each team and see how they match up against the Cowboys, and I don't know. I don't really care. It seems like so irrelevant because both those teams, whatever that matchup is not producing the Super Bowl winner. So who fucking cares? They're a second round exit, whoever they are, and whoever wins. Cowboys are on 3 in the Bucks. So there you go. There's some good insight. You know what I mean? There you go. There's some fun insight for the Pack. I don't really care about the Cowboys. I'm going to be honest with you, Spider. I don't fucking care. Sure, I guess. Maybe. They'll always lose. I don't know. I'm the wrong person to ask about the Cowboys. I follow approximately like 0 of their season. Like Eagles, Bills. I feel like that's a lazy Super Bowl. That's just looking at the 2 number 1 seeds and going, that's the Super Bowl. When was the last time the 2 number 1 seeds actually faced off for a Super Bowl? Was it the Niners and Chiefs that year? I don't think they were both 1s. I don't think Eagles and Patriots were both 1s. I don't think Eagles and Rams Patriots were both 1s. Eagles Patriots. You know what I mean? It's just one of them things where it doesn't seem like the 2 1 seeds ever like hardly go one head to head anyway. It is possible, but it always seems like some weird upset happens to a 1 seed. At least one of them go down. I'm genuinely trying to remember the last time it was 2 number 1s. I don't know. Niners, Bengals. Could be. I don't know. I feel like one of the 1 seeds will get in there. That's not improbable. It seems like there's always at least one, but seems like one of the other ones always like loses somewhere down the road. What's up, Mats? How's it going? Well, you guys ready to get started on the Pro Bowl stuff then? Might as well. I don't think anyone else is really going to show up. All right. The star denotes a starter, so that means they were the number 1 pick to be chosen, I guess. Yeah, we also got robbed against the Vikings. It's been twice this year now. The Patriots should have won games that they lost. Really kind of brutal, but shouldn't really. My personal philosophy is like, as bad as the calls are, you probably should never be in a position where a bad call can ruin the game. You know. The Hunter Henry had a touchdown taken away, numerous very questionable calls. The kicker of the Vikings kicked one of the Patriots players in the head, and they called that running into the kicker, which gave the Vikings a very crucial first down, and then they wound up scoring on that drive. It was just a lot of happy horse shit going on, because you know how the Vikings have been getting like a lot of calls. Prior to the Colts game, I think the Vikings had been given some of the luckiest calls I've ever seen this year, and it was against the Patriots. They got full force. It was brutal. And then, of course, the Hunter Henry no catch on a very clear-cut touchdown catch. The dude extended across the line. He caught it, extended across the touchdown line, was tackled, and then the ball popped up, like kind of like maybe hit the grass, and they're like, oh, not a complete catch. And it's like, play's over when you extend across the goal line. You remember the Hunter Henry touchdown, and then, of course, the running into the punter? Yeah, usually you guys get fucked, but this year you guys have been getting pretty good on the calls, especially against us, man. I mean, I've literally, the only other time I've seen running into the punter called this year was when a guy basically tackled the punter. And it's like the Patriots did a lot less than I've seen other teams do with running into the punter. Why the fuck were we flagged for it? I seen a dude tackle the punter by his plant leg and nothing was called. Oh no, you guys got fucked by against the Colts. I'll never take that away. The Titans are the most boring good team. They're not even good anymore. They're so banged up, the Titans. I think the injuries have kind of finally caught them. Yeah, Tua didn't make the Pro Bowl. 2017 or 2018, I think they really wanted that. Which one, Janelle? I'm sorry. Okay, question. Here, let's, real quick, the quarterbacks are for the AFC Pro Bowl. It'll be Patrick Mahomes as the starter if he decides to go. Josh Allen, no surprise there, and Joe Burrow. I would say I think people know the immediate number one snub of the situation is Mac Jones. Probably should have been the starter. Kind of weird that he wasn't voted. Really, the weirdest part is like the guy who basically won the Pro Bowl last year hit a really nice gritty long touchdown run. Can't believe it. They're fucking Mac over. He's the 89th ranked player in the NFL, and they're gonna deny him a Pro Bowl nod. He unseated the GOAT Bailey Zappi, and they won't even. I think Mahomes is going to be in the Super Bowl, so it's Allen. Yeah, I think it could be the Chiefs or the Bills. I wouldn't even be surprised if Allen doesn't go. I don't think he went last year. But then again, this year it's a flag football game, so I think a lot more guys are going to be like, well, if I'm not in the Super Bowl, I'm going to fucking go to the Pro Bowl. Because this year, at least, it's like kind of like a cool event. It's like a cool thing going on. You got like skills events, and you got like a flag football. But no, in all seriousness, though, I'm wondering why Justin Herbert was left off, and I wonder why Tua was left off. Because, I mean, Tua is having a really good year. Matt Ryan for the Pro Bowl. Let him get the greatest. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the NFC gets the greatest comeback against Matt Ryan in Pro Bowl history. It's like, damn, Matt. That's the first time one of the collapses are on you, by the way, Matt Ryan. All you had to do was score fucking a touchdown and you win. But yeah, I'm very surprised Tua because he did win the fan voting by quite a bit. So I'm surprised that he didn't get at least 2/3 of the player vote or 2/3 of the coach's vote, or at least, one of the other coaches or the players vote to be at least one of the 3 quarterbacks listed. While I do agree with all 3 of these quarterbacks, though, like it's like you have like this weird complication of like Herbert and Tua did get left off, but who from this list would you replace them with? You know what I mean? It's like, maybe Joe Burrow for Tua. I'd like to see Kirk Cousins in the Pro Bowl, to be honest. Last game, he was on fire, even the loss against the Lions. Well. Let's bounce over to the NFC and take a little peek. Let's take a look at the starting NFC quarterbacks for the Pro Bowl. We're going to go from position to position, bounce from thing to thing. It's going to be pretty fun. We'll just kind of do it this way. I should probably just open a second window in a second, but here are the quarterbacks for the NFC. Congratulations, Mats. You just got your wish. Jalen Hurts was voted the starter. He's going to start as long as he's not in the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts is one of the quarterbacks. Then, of course, you have Geno Smith, well earned. I'm very happy to see Geno Smith selected. Though I do think that someone was kind of snubbed so he could get in there. I think people tend to look at the fact that the Seahawks were supposed to win 4 games this year. Geno's got him at 7 wins, fighting for a playoff spot. Geno was, he was cast aside. Everybody wrote him off, but he ain't right back. All the cool things that has happened for him this year. I think it's nice to see the league and the players kind of push him up. You know what I mean? Like acknowledge his great season out of nowhere. So good for Gino. I'm happy to see that one. That one's a good one. That one's well earned. But we'll go over the possible snubs in the NFC. There may not be any. I mean, and then of course Kirk Cousins was the third quarterback selected. He's having a great year. His team is 11-3. Clearly, probably going to be the number 2 seed in the NFC playoffs. Kirk won't be in the Pro Bowl since. Well, see, the thing is, Kirk will go to the Pro Bowl. If he isn't playing in the Super Bowl, Kirk's 100% going to this. This is like a Kirk Cousins type event. Kirk's going to go ball out and win goddamn MVP of the Pro Bowl, of the flag football game. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Did Jared Goff get the fuck snubbed out of him? I'm looking at all the NFC quarterbacks, right? No one else in the NFC West. Dak Prescott potentially in the South, but not really. He didn't play enough. No one else in the East. I mean, maybe Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is having a really good year. But no one in the South. And then you go NFC North, and then it's like, what about Jared Goff? Goff wasn't good enough at the start. He was, though. He was playing very good football. They weren't losing because of Jared Goff. They were losing because the defense was giving up like 40 points a game, while the offense was scoring 30 a game for the first like 6 weeks of the season. So there's like context behind the Lions' 7-7 record. They do have like the best offense in football. What's even weirder is only like one of his offensive linemen got voted to the Pro Bowl. So it's like they're not acknowledging how good the line is, but they're also like not acknowledging how good of a season Goff's having as the quarterback of this team. It's kind of perplexing how few offensive players for the Lions actually got selected for having, I'm pretty sure statistically, the best offense in football right now. Lamar Jackson's injured right now, so they don't have Lamar Matz. So they're kind of without one of their, the key piece of their offense. Everyone's like, Lamar's not that good. It's like, no, he's out here winning every game for them. Yeah, you literally just gotta be like, Lamar's out, and it's like, oh, okay. That's how you know you should pay somebody, by the way. If you can give the reason for their lack of success in one simple breath, like, oh, they're without Lamar Jackson, you should probably pay that player. You know what I mean? Seems like a silly thing to not pay him. He could be back this week. I think it's a matter of he could be back next week, this week, before the season ends, 100% by the playoffs. Yep, he'll be good. He'll be good. Should be anyway. Hopefully he is. That would suck. Like, well, I guess the Ravens are season's over. But yeah, I hope this proves to the Ravens that they need to pay that guy. It's like, you guys suck without him. Holy shit. That or his teammates are doing all that they can to make sure Lamar gets paid, so they're playing like dog shit without him. Which, I don't want them to pay him. I hope New England gets him. All right, let's look at the AFC full running backs and fullbacks. So we have just, of course, there's always just going to be one fullback. I'm pretty sure. I think both leagues select one guy for the rate, because there's only like 5 teams that use fullbacks at this point. Most teams have just gone to dual tight ends. What's up, Max? Welcome to the empty stream. Travis Hunter went to Colorado. That's not really that surprising. Hopefully people start coming to stream now. Is that where everyone was the Travis Hunter announcement? I want to say Ramondre. Nah, Ramondre didn't get in, sadly. U.S. Sports Expert, great son surviving the comeback for the Cavs. Great win. The problem for the Patriots running backs is there's 5 of them, and they're all very good. So the thing they assume with Patriots running backs is it's a system. So a lot of players around the league kind of look down on the Patriots running backs. They like know Stevenson's a good running back, but they're like, well, he's got like fucking 3 guys that spell him for relief, and they're all still really good too. It's kind of, I don't know. It's like the Patriots and cornerbacks. Yeah, Tua will be an alternative, and he'll probably be one of the first guys to replace somebody. I would imagine, anyway. All right, so here are the running backs. Nick Chubb was voted the starter. He's going to be the #1 back. He gets to be this Pro Bowl starting running back for the AFC. That's pretty cool. Congrats to Nick Chubb. Is he actually cousins of Bradley Chubb? I've heard that, but I don't know if that's people being like me when I see 2 players with the same first or last name. I say they're brothers. They are actually cousins. Okay. That, I mean, it is a weird name, so I assume that they're actually related, but I didn't know if it was like somebody doing like my gig, like where I make fun of that. The best running back hitting the free agent market this year, Josh Jacobs. Who knows? Where do we think he's going? He was voted to the Pro Bowl, as was, of course, Derrick Henry, to the surprise of absolutely nobody. And Pat Ricard of the Baltimore Ravens was voted as the fullback. Kind of surprised that the Raiders fullback wasn't selected, but I guess you can't put too many Raiders on the Pro Bowl team this year. That would be a little bit silly. Vic, we'll put Josh Jacobs there because he's your best player, but yeah, you can't blow that many 17-point leads. You almost blew another game to the Patriots. That would have been number 5. Well, really, they did blow that lead to the Patriots, didn't they? They shouldn't. That game shouldn't have been as close. That shouldn't have been. The Patriots could have won that. But the Raiders stink at holding leads. Why are there so many good? Well, because they're skill positions, Janelle. They call them skill positions. Those are super powered athletes usually with, like they have superhuman abilities generally. In my opinion, NFL skill position players like running backs and wide receivers are about the closest thing we have to superhumans. They run at incredibly high speeds. They're all incredibly strong. They can jump incredibly high. They can hit people incredibly hard, survive incredibly hard hits. They're genuinely fucking unreal at the NFL level. So of course there's going to be a bunch of good ones. Filling out the running backs and wide receivers for the Pro Bowl shit would be so difficult every year. All right, let's go look at the NFC guys. What the hell? Oh, here we go. And we have one more little scroll to do. There we go. No. Oh, wow. Kind of a surprise here. I'm going to say there was another snub here, and we'll go over it in a little bit. I think there were 2 snubs, actually. Saquon Barkley was voted as the starter, the New York Giants running back, it's probably well-deserved. I would say that Barkley, you know, he's pretty much all the Giants have left other than Jones on offense. So, plus he's having a good year, so I understand that one. No, but it's like they forgot about the other positions. What do you mean? Janelle, I'll buy that. Then Tony Pollard, who I don't really agree with here. I don't think well, I'm gonna talk about a different running back here in a second and why he isn't on there, but Pollard is. And then we have, of course, Miles Sanders from the Philadelphia Eagles. I think they're just trying to throw as many Eagles players as they can out there. I don't think he should be on there. And of course, Kyle Juszczyk, very deserving from the San Francisco 49ers. I like that move quite a bit. Oh no, there's offensive linemen. There's just 2. I think they picked 2 guys from each position in the league. Because there's only, you don't need, like, especially with the new format, you don't need that many offensive and defensive linemen. But anyway, I wonder why Jamal Williams wasn't selected. If Tony Pollard gets in there as a secondary back that does a lot of the heavy lifting on yards and Zeke eats touchdowns, why the hell is Pollard in there? And not Williams. Williams eats the touchdowns, and he's like the lead back of the most efficient red zone offense in the NFL right now. It feels like a lot of Lions players got snubbed for some reason, and I'm not sure why. I don't know why the Lions running back isn't included Williams. Is he having a better year than Miles Sanders or Tony Pollard? I don't know. What, 16 touchdowns? That's quite a bit, right? He could hit almost 20 touchdowns this year. He plays the Panthers, Packers, and Bears. Not exactly very stout rushing defenses. He has a 2-touchdown game. He only needs 2 more to hit 20, and the running back hitting 20 touchdowns in the year 2022, almost straight rushing touchdowns would be in I think they're all running touchdowns too, so it would be rather insane for him to hit 20. Just straight up running touchdowns with the offense that moves as well as they do through the air. So I'm very surprised that Jamal Williams wasn't selected. And then why not Christian McCaffrey? He was like the entire Panthers offense gets traded, and now he's the 49ers entire offense. It's like, what does he got to do what did he do to not be to be selected? I don't really, I think that one's the one I'm most confused with the logic on. But I guess no one else really cares about running backs, so. Does it make any sense? Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I'm like, well, this is a little weird. It just seems like Williams and Barkley got, or not Barkley, but McCaffrey got kind of shafted compared to Pollard or Sanders, who, again, they're both having good years, but Sanders isn't like the focal point of the Eagles' offense, is he? Like, if he goes down with an injury, God forbid, right? Does the Eagles' offense like bottom out completely? Are they like dead in the water without him? Yeah, Dalvin Cook fumbles a lot, so I can actually see that one. Yeah, even Dalvin Cook would have maybe been a better option, though. Again, Jamal Williams, he's 15, 16 rushing touchdowns this year. I don't know. If the 49ers were to lose McCaffrey, their offense is dead. Like, what are they going to do? I don't know. You could partially credit the acquiring of McCaffrey as the reason why the 49ers are suddenly winning their division with a good chance at a Super Bowl run. Yeah, Cook, and there's a couple snubs, though. It feels like there's a few snubs anyway. All right, I don't think anyone really cares about running backs. Everybody's kind of not really saying much on this one. All right, we'll move on. AFC wide receivers, the 4 that were chosen. We'll include tight ends. Fuck it. Alrighty. Damn. All right, anyway. Let's take a peek. The 2 starting receivers were voted as Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs. Not really that surprising to anybody. I can't really think of anyone who would be voted as over those 2. Maybe Jamar Chase should have been. But it's like, he's still there anyway. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just like he's just not the number 1 or 2. He was the other option. But he's still there, so that's good. And Travis Kelce was voted as the starting tight end, very obviously, for the AFC. And the backup is Mark Andrews. So Mark Andrews, Kelsey are the tight ends. Hill, Diggs, Adams, and Chase are the receivers. Devontae Adams is there because of popularity, right? I mean, has he had a Pro Bowl year out there in Las Vegas? Is there anyone more deserving? Maybe Christian Kirk for the Jaguars. I guess not. I'm trying to think. No one really like screams at me. Maybe I'm missing. Maybe Garrett Wilson should have been selected. We'll get to the NFC in a moment. I'm just trying to think of AFC receivers that might be more suited, but I don't think there really is any. No one in the South. That division's all fucking bad. Yeah, I was thinking Waddle too. Maybe Waddle should be in there instead of Adams. Maybe Boyd or Higgins from the Bengals could also be arguably put in there, who filled in for Chase like a fucking machine. I mean, I would take Adams too, but like I don't know that he just this year he's going on name alone and reputation. Johnson from my Steelers should have made it, maybe. No, he does have 1K yards. You're right. You're right. Maybe it's just because the Raiders keep shitting the bed. Maybe I keep thinking about their record and I can't do that. I shouldn't do that with the receiver. It's not his fault. He literally can't impact the game that much. Especially when the defense keeps blowing everything. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay. All right, that's the AFC receivers. I guess again, nothing really feels wrong here. These are this is all right. With Adams being like the only one where I'm like, but I don't know anyone who should other than Waddle. All right, receivers for this side. Ooh, I can see where there's going to be problems. Justin Jefferson and A.J. Brown were voted as the number 1 and number 2, which is not very surprising. Both having big years, making their quarterbacks look real good, so I'm not surprised by that. CeeDee Lamb was the number 3 voted, and Terry McLaurin was number 4. Lions don't have a single one receiver where they would be the reason to go up there. You know what I mean? Like there isn't one singular guy where you're like, oh, they need to put him up there. So I understand why there isn't any Lions receivers. Yeah, Jefferson and Brown are perfect selections, but I'm trying to think if Lamb and McLaurin belong. They probably do. Cooper Kupp doesn't really belong because he's been hurt all year. What's up, Kenny? You have a new video out? Hell yeah. I don't know, maybe it is good. Yeah, maybe Devonta Smith, maybe over Lamb at least, but like, I don't know. Really thinking about it, there isn't a bunch of standout receivers in the NFC outside of these guys. I feel like DJ Moore might have got snubbed. Just a little bit. He's like literally the only fucking talented offensive player that they have in fucking Carolina right now. And he's been having to make dog shit look effective all year. You know, like Sam Darnold, PJ Walker, and Baker Mayfield. So I guess slightly DJ Moore. My day's good, Kenny. How's your day been? Yeah, I'm surprised that neither of the Tyler Lockett or DK Metcalf weren't selected as well. They're like their offense is carrying that team, especially like revitalizing Geno Smith to the degree that they have. So there's a couple guys that feel like they got kind of fucked on this one. The tight ends I agree with, Kittle and Hawkinson, with Kittle being voted number 1 and Hawkinson being the other guy. I don't really see an area to disagree with. Yeah, we're about to get hit with one too, Kenny, apparently. It's coming soon. That'll be fun. I think ours comes tomorrow afternoon, so that'll be good. Into Friday morning-ish. But a lot of snow. I don't know. You guys want to go on to the next position group? What do we got? Oh, tackles. Ooh. Tackles, guards, and centers. Offensive line. Comes here tomorrow too. Yeah, I think it's hitting the state tomorrow. Okay. Offensive lineman. I know this is the most exciting part for everybody. It'll be Laramie. Wow. Laramie Tunzel, really? Has he been that good this year? I guess Laramie Tunzel was voted as the #1 offensive tackle. Number 2 was Taron Armstead, which I agree with him, but really? Tunzel? And then Orlando Brown was the other one that was selected, which isn't really that surprising, but he's kind of overrated. First offensive, yeah, I guess he must be having just a dynamo year. He's the entire Texans line. They just pretty much stand behind him on every single play. They're like, listen, we need you to protect everybody. I mean, he's a good lineman, so I'm not that surprised. I mean, good for him. Glad to see it. We know he's got powerful lungs. That's for damn sure. You guys ever hit a gas mask before? Oof. Guards, we have Joel Bitonio from Cleveland, Quentin Nelson from the Colts, which, I mean, that's kind of a surprise, but he's in there on name alone. And then Joe Thuney, which isn't really surprising either. He's really good. At center, it'll be Creed Humphrey and Mitch Morse from the Bills. So not really any big surprises on the O-line, all things considered. For the AFC, or for the NFC anyway, one of the surprises is that there is neither Penei Sewell nor Taylor Decker on this list. And I think they're better than both Tristan Wirfs and Trent Williams. But again, I these are maybe because I like the Lions, but like, how does the best line in football, or one of them, not have only one guy in there? They're a fucking 9-foot tall center. Everyone's like, oh, the only reason Goff's playing good is because of that offensive line. So should we give the line any credit? No. But anyway, here are the starters for the offensive line in the NFC. Trent Williams and Lane Johnson are the starting tackles. Kind of look at that and go, well, Penei Sewell should be in there. And then Tristan Wirfs was the reserve tackle. And it's like, again, this feels like they got somebody on the Lions got snubbed. At least him or Decker should have got in. But hey, I don't know. Maybe people are like, no, they're not that good. It's like, oh, okay. Then at guard, they have Zach Martin and Landon Dickerson. Not really any surprise on those two. And Chris Lindstrom from the Atlanta Falcons. And then at center, it'll be Jason Kelsey. Not really a surprise. And Frank Ragnow. Not really a surprise either. I think Kelsey basically got in because it might be like his last year and everyone in the league respects him, but it's like Frank's a little better than him at this point. I think Frank Ragnow is like the best center in football, but Anyway, we won't talk too much about offensive line because I think that it bores people to death. Let's get into defense. This is always a fun time. Defensive ends, we'll start slow with that. I'm sure there will be no controversy here about the 3 who were selected. The 2 starters will be Myles Garrett and Max Crosby. Absolutely not a surprise to anybody. What's up, Ape? And then the third one is Trey Hendrickson from the Cincinnati Bengals, who, that's not really a surprise either. I'm trying to think if anyone got left out. Oh, yeah. Where's all the Jets? Seems kind of weird that they didn't include any of the Jets DNs. Are they there? Well, I mean, interior, yeah. I mean, oof. Kind of surprising. With as good as the Jets defense has been, I thought they would have had maybe one of their ends, but I see Quinn Williams will be on there, so. If you want to see many offensive play, you should take the complete Vikings offense to the Pro Bowl, defense to the Pro Bowl. Yeah, I mean that'd be a move. Eagles Niners is the best possible NFC championship. Yeah, probably. Probably. I'm fine with ends. Yeah, I don't really see any big problem. I'm thinking, and I don't really see. Maybe Jalen Phillips should have been on there. All right, let's go look at the NFC. Nick Bosa, not a surprise at all. He was the number 1 voted. Number 2 will be Brian Burns from the Carolina Panthers and DeMarcus Lawrence from Dallas. That feels off. Don't know why, but that feels weird, doesn't it? I haven't heard anything about DeMarcus Lawrence all goddamn year long. Brian Burns is really good. He's really, really underrated, Brian Burns, so I don't mind that one at all. But the hell DeMarcus Lawrence done to be a Pro Bowler this year? Am I missing out on him having a great year, Cheeto? If you're still here? Is he finally playing good again? Because I know he used to be like dynamic. He used to be one of the scarier defensive ends in football, but then he like got paid and vanished and just took off for like multiple seasons. Not great, good. I guess I mean, his name is so big and he's such a good player usually that if he's having a decent season, they'll just overrate it and kind of pile on the not the accolades, yeah. Then again, I'm trying to think, like, is there a super deserving defensive end? Maybe Aiden Hutchinson. By the way, if you haven't left a like, consider doing so. Only 7 people have left a like, so I'm guessing not many people have. That might actually help us get more people in if you guys could leave likes. I know it's a big deal and it's kind of hard, but, you know, it helps the channel out a lot. Yeah, I would say Hutchinson maybe got snubbed, but I think he's an alternate, so he could wind up on the team anyway. I feel like there's somebody on the Commanders I'm forgetting about that maybe could have been a pick, but I know it's not Chase Young, but I feel like they have another really good end. But I mean, I guess it works if they're not quite ready to let Hutchinson be a Pro Bowler yet. But he maybe should have been. I mean, he's gonna have a lot of sacks as a rookie. The picks, he has what, 2 picks, a fumble recovery, like. I don't know. It's kind of hard to argue that he's not performing at least at a Pro Bowl level, Aiden Hutchinson. That's kind of a snub. I mean, he's got the Rookie of the Year for defensive players down to a 2-man race between him and Sauce, with Sauce ahead, of course. But if Hutch has like a crazy finish, and you know how this league feels about defensive ends, they get fucking boners for him. All right, let's go look at the interior linemen for the next group. Let's see. The 2 starters are Chris Jones and Quinnen Williams. Not really a surprise there. Then Jeffrey Simmons in Tennessee. They got the defensive line for the AFC perfect. I can't find a single fault in any of these players. I'm trying to think what D tackles are missing, and it's like, nah, they got them all. They got Simmons, they've got damn, it's hard getting likes out of people these days. Still at 7. What, did you guys all leave likes already? You know, that's like the only way to get more people in streams and shit is likes, but people don't really do that, I guess. Be nice. Like the only person who has to like consistently ask their audience. But yeah, I would say that the D line was pretty well put together. For at least this year, for the AFC. All right, we'll go over to the NFC then. No one has anything else to say about that. D tackles for the NFC will be Aaron Donald, Jonathan Allen, and Dexter Lawrence. Agree, but why is Donald on here? Has he done enough this year to really be the number one guy? I know there really isn't a better option for defensive tackles in the NFC, but like, he's there on name alone, kind of like DeMarcus Lawrence or hold on, someone else. It feels like CeeDee Lamb. I don't know. I don't agree with. It's just hard to find someone that would actually like replace Dexter Lawrence. You know what I mean? It's like or well, not Dexter Lawrence, but Aaron Donald. He shouldn't be the starter anyway. They should probably replace that with John Allen and Lawrence, and then put Donald as like the third guy picked. Just mainly because it's like, well, who else is gonna go there? Trying to think. Lions don't really have a good D tackle. Packers, Rashawn Gary's been hurt all year, so I don't know. People don't really care about that position though. All right. Do we just want to do all the linebackers? Yeah, we'll just do all the linebackers. That's a lot easier. Damn, we're down to 3 people left. Where's everyone at tonight? Going to bed, I guess. It's only 11:30. It's been a weird stream. No, there just hasn't been anyone to show up. Welcome back. Didn't even know you left, to be honest. Well, actually, I probably assumed you did. Pretty much everyone was gone for a moment. Hopefully we have a few more likes. Maybe that's hey, we're all the way up to 8 likes. We might even hit 10 whole likes on this stream. That'd be pretty crazy. You had to get a drink? Well, welcome back. All right. Let's take a peek here at the AFC linebacking core that will be out there. For the outside linebackers, this is pretty much that like hybrid defensive end pass rushing position that you see. You'll have Matt Judon as the number 1 pick. He's the defensive starter. Well earned, 14.5 sacks. I think he's tied with Bosa for the league lead, or just under Bosa now. It's neck and neck for the sacks lead this year. And then Khalil Mack will be the Chargers selection. He's had a pretty good year for them, though. Again, he's just a pass rusher. But again, that's kind of what that position is. They're not really run stoppers. So, and then TJ Watt, I don't agree with that at all. Why was TJ picked? This is one of the most. There are a lot of really good outside linebackers in the NFL. There's a guy on the Jets that's having a great year. There's guys, I think there's a guy in Buffalo. I think Matt Milano plays outside linebacker for the Bills. That feels like he got really fucked. I don't think he's anywhere on the linebackers. Matt Milano plays OLB, right? Like, Matt Judon and Khalil Mack are right, but TJ Watt shouldn't be there. Like, he hasn't played enough this year. I know how good he is, right? But it's like, this position isn't one where you need to, like, put in a big name. There's no it's like, this is one of, like, the biggest positions on defense right now. It's like the hot spot position. So, I don't know. There's probably someone far more deserving this year. That'd be like putting Joey Bosa on the defensive line and being like, oh, I mean, we needed a defensive end. No, you didn't. I don't know. I don't agree with you. Again, I understand why he's there, but it's also like, he got there on his name. Inside / middle linebacker will be Roquan Smith. well earned. Baltimore Ravens. He's had a big impact on that defense that he's got there. They seem to have their tenacity back, their ferocity. Really, if you watch the Ravens defense, him getting there and before he got there, it's two almost different defenses. So well earned by Roquan Smith, and CJ Mosley also well earned. He's playing for a third contract this year. Yeah, he's a free agent after this year, and I don't think the Jets are going to re-sign him. He might stay though because of how good their defense around him has gotten, but I personally think he's dipping. He might be ring chasing after this year. Heading to Detroit. No. All right, let's go look at the NFC linebackers. I'm not really surprised by anybody. Ooh, Kenny, I would look away. If you're a Packers fan, I would look away about who's who made this list. The two starters for the defense at outside linebacker will be, of course, Micah Parsons, kind of overrated. Probably shouldn't have been selected, for being honest. You know, an MVP candidate as an outside linebacker. I guess he should be on the list. Maybe he should probably be like the third, maybe like an alternative. Bit Midka Parsons is his nickname. No, I genuinely believe he should be in the MVP talk, but whatever. They'll never let a defensive player win MVP again. Which is sad, right? Because I mean, like, if there was ever a case for a defensive player to be an MVP candidate, I mean, it is Micah Parsons right now. Yeah, but he's, and I know he plays the sack position. That's the fucking problem. Yeah, Kenny, I do agree with you. I think Rashawn Gary should have been, he would have, over Dexter or Donald or somebody on that list. Okay, but then it's Za'Darius Smith from the Minnesota Vikings, former Green Bay Packer, was selected as the other starter. That's rough, Kenny. He's the best player on the Vikings' whole defense. And then, of course, you have Hassan Reddick from the Eagles, which isn't really too surprising. But again, I think there's always a better outside linebacker candidate that can be selected. Maybe not. No, their linebackers feel well selected. Fred Warner as the middle linebacker, Demario Davis as the other one. Maybe Devin White got a little fucked somewhere. Because, I mean, Tampa's defense has been pretty incredible this year. It's been like the backbone of them getting any wins. So maybe also Devin White maybe should be somewhere on here. Unless he's having a bad year. DRE has been a solid run player. Yeah, there's always going to... Linebackers are always probably going to be the easiest ones to find, like, snubs and, like, missed players. Especially since, like, in the AFC, they, like, put TJ Watt in there, and it's like, come on. Somebody got fucked because of that. Like, what are we doing? But in the NFC specifically, they have some pretty good defenses out there this year. I'm surprised none of the 49ers linebackers got selected. I think that's who you're referencing, right? Oh, never mind. Fred Warner. Yeah, it's the other 49ers linebacker. Dre Greenlaw. Yeah, Greenlaw, exactly. Yeah, Greenlaw. I'm surprised he's not on there. All right. What's next? Oh, corners. Oh, this is probably the most contentious fucking next to wide receiver and quarterback. Boy, oh boy, our defensive back's a goddamn toxic shithole. Because you already know who number one's going to be. They're going to put overrated McGillicuddy at number one because that's the only person they're allowed to put at number one now, I guess. Here are the corners. Are we going to do safeties too? Nope. Okay, we'll do all the safeties together. Yeah, they put fucking dipshit McGillicuddy at one. By the way, if you haven't left a like, consider doing so. Get us up over to 10 likes. That'll get the stream bumping, make it look like a lot better than it was. Even though it's been a fun stream. It's just kind of deserted. But I appreciate everyone's here. You guys are making it a lot pretty fun to chill and chat around. The two starters will be Sauce Gardner and Pat Surtain. I agree with both of those. And then Marlon Humphrey and Xavier Howard. I disagree with Howard full-heartedly. I think Jonathan Jones of the New England Patriots should have been selected. I believe he has the second, maybe third highest passer corner stats this year. Maybe second. Could even be first. He could be the best corner in the AFC right now. It's really close with him and maybe Surtain and Gardner. So I'm not really certain as to why Jonathan Jones isn't selected here over Howard or Humphrey. That feels to me, again, I'm a Patriots fan, but also that feels like a huge slight on the Patriots. Jonathan Jones held Tyreek Hill to 4 catches, 90 yards this year. Kind of chintzy in my opinion. I don't know. When you have a guy who's been like rated as the top 3 corner all year, he probably should be selected somewhere in here. I don't know. Again, corners are always probably going to be like the most contentious area of like, why the fuck wasn't this guy selected? Why wasn't this guy selected? Why wasn't this guy chosen? Where are any of the Bills corners? Where's Trey? Well, Trey White didn't play enough this year. You know what I mean? So that's probably just me in my head trying to like overdo it and like overanalyze it, but it feels like there's always going to be some snubs. How are they voting for it? It's 1/3 player vote, 1/3 coach vote, and 1/3 fan vote. Oh, do you mean how they're playing it? It's a skills competition, then a flag football game. Here are the NFC. Oh, not a surprise at all. Except that last guy. He shouldn't be on that fucking list. Here are the NFC Pro Bowlers for the corner position. You have Darius Slay. Absolutely not a surprise there. Trayvon Diggs as the other starter. I agree with him being a Pro Bowler, but not the starter. Tariq Woolen, 100% agree with that selection. And Jair Alexander, I disagree full-heartedly with. He's had a bad year. He's regressed somehow this year. He's not playing well. So I'm not really certain as to why he was picked. Kenny, you have to admit he's not playing well. And if you're gonna try and defend like the way this guy's been playing football, it's like, dude, Kenny, he's been bad. Maybe it's because he's having to like overcompensate for Rasul Douglas not playing well either. But it's like, I feel like there's better corner options. Surprised Chauncey. Oh, is Chauncey a safety? What does Chauncey Gardner play? Is he a free safety or is he a corner? I thought he was a corner. Does anybody happen to know? I get that he got hurt, but it's also like he like led the league in picks before he got hurt. He's a cornerback. Yeah, there's J.C. Horn, another guy like. I don't think Diggs or Alexander should have been on there with some of the other guys that are options. There are some really good corners in the NFC, and it's like, why the fuck were those two selected? Chauncey Gardner-Johnson literally was like having a better year than both of these guys. So don't really know why he got snubbed. He seems like the biggest snub in terms of corners. But then again, you know, it's like one of those things with like, how many Eagles players are you going to put on this fucking Pro Bowl team? Because you could make a case, in all honesty, that like every player should be on there from the Eagles. Because if you go down and break, hey, we hit 10 likes, by the way, everybody. Woo! We did it. Party, woo! Surprisingly, you guys know this VOD actually is almost going to hit 100 views too. We're at like 91 views. I know. I'm color me fucking the most surprised of anyone involved. But yeah, that feels like those are the snubs anyway. A couple guys got snubbed. Safeties, are we just going to include them all? Okay, yeah, there we go. Free safety will be Minka Fitzpatrick. Not really a surprise there. They're just probably going to select one. Yeah, I'm surprised CJ Gardner-Johnson wasn't put in there, and Jair and Diggs were. Mainly, Kenny, again, it's nothing against you, but it's mainly just fucking CJ is having a better year. Jackson State, they might, yeah, they're fucked. That Travis Hunter went to Colorado to the surprise of nobody. Like, yeah, he's gonna follow Dion. Dion was a two-way player like he wants to be. Literally, the best coach for a kid like Travis Hunter who wants to play both positions in the NFL is to go work with Dion. Didn't Dion play receiver and corner in the NFL and kick return? So that's like, yeah, that's the guy to go talk to. Plus, he knows guys who did that as well. Dion probably knows Charles Woodson. But anyway, let's see. At strong safety, then we have Derwin James. Not really surprised there. He's probably the best strong safety in football when he's healthy. And then, of course, we have Jordan Poyer of the Buffalo Bills. Well earned. I don't disagree with that at all. He's really good at picking the ball for a safety. And then in the NFC, Quandre Diggs at free safety, probably the best free safety in the NFC. Though I do think Kerry Jacobs for the Lions, that rookie, maybe got a little bit of a snub here. I don't know if you... And I'm surprised that Deshaun Elliott wasn't selected in the strong safety department. Though I don't really disagree with Budda Baker, nor do I disagree with Talanoa Hufanga. But then again, man, Deshaun Elliott's been a fucking animal for the Detroit Lions in their secondary this year. He's been pretty much the reason that secondary improved dramatically. But I think Deshaun Elliott's one of them like criminally underrated players that like... I know, but usually those guys are appreciated by coaches. Man, maybe it's just he just didn't. I mean, the secondary for the Lions was so bad to start the year. They just kind of went, no one from that makes it. Because you could argue that Okudah, Jerry Jacobs, or Kerry Jacobs, sorry, and Deshaun Elliott should at least be alternatives. Those guys are all really good in the secondary. Surprised Peterson wasn't selected, but again, these three guys are all really good, so kind of hard. You can't really argue against Budda Baker. He's automatic. This guy I don't really know too much about. Is he good? And then I agree with Diggs for at least this year. Who do we got? Special teams. Oh shit. All right, cool. Not much to cover in this. We could pretty much just go over the whole thing, right? Yeah. Okay. We got special teams coming up now. For the punter, for the long snapper, we have Morgan Cox from the Tennessee Titans. Okay. Surprised it wasn't Cardona, but I'm just a biased Patriots fan. Punter is Tommy Townsend from the Kansas City Chiefs. Very well earned. Probably the right choice there. Yeah, if Jake Bailey was healthy for the Patriots, he might have contested, but again, Bailey got hurt this year and hasn't really kicked that well because of it. Justin Tucker, there's no really other place kicker that would have happened. Return specialist is Devin Duvernay of the Ravens. Ooh. Why not Marcus Jones? He's young. He's not ready yet. Marcus Jones will probably be like next year's when they start letting him kind of run the special teams as like a return specialist. And this is where I don't agree. Special teamer was Justin Hardy. Brandon Schooler has forced like 4 muffed punts as a rookie this year. Why wasn't he selected? What the fuck? If you watch special teams, you would know what I'm talking about. I don't understand how maybe Hardy's a little better, but it's like the Patriots are like have forced so many muff punts this year because of Schooler specifically. So I'm kind of surprised that the guy wasn't given a special team slot this year. But hey, whatever. Guess replacing the greatest special teamer of all times isn't that big of a deal. and doing it at a very effective level. But whatever, he'll people will get to know him. What do we got? Long snapper is the Vikings Andrew DePaola. I don't really know how to say the last name. Punter is the Commanders Tressway. Not really that. Ooh, they kind of fucked Fox on that one. Wonder why they didn't choose the Lions punter. Isn't he really good? Or was there like some weird emotional thing going on to get the Commanders punter in there? Return specialist place kicker is Jason Myers. Not a surprise there. Only one that really would have challenged it for me would have been Graham Gano for the Giants, right? Return specialist Cavante Turpin. Okay, yeah, he's really fast, so that's not a surprise there. And Jeremy Reeves as the special teamer. Yeah, good for him. Yeah, I don't agree with this punter though. I think the Lions Jack Fox is a better punter, and I don't necessarily know if it's particularly close. I don't know. What do you guys think about the Pro Bowl this year? Do you think the rosters are pretty solid, or do you think it was full of a lot of snubs? I don't really see like usually year to year you can go through and be like, oh, so many snubs. It feels pretty consistent, right? Nothing too crazy. Damn, no one said a word about any of the safeties, nor anybody said a single word about any of the special teamers. Damn. Zero care about any of them positions. Are you guys just done then? McCaffrey should be there. Yeah, I agree. I'm not really certain as to why a guy who's like single-handedly carrying an offense wasn't selected. Yeah, there was a weird. I'm surprised Jamal Williams wasn't selected as well, simply because it's like, well, isn't Jamal Williams like the entirety of like like a bulk of the Lions scoring? Like, what, 15, 16 touchdowns in the end zone? That's a substantial amount of like output. So that's all. That was a little surprising for me personally. I don't know. I don't think it was too bad. What else we got going on news wise? We'll just move on. Franco Harris passed away. Rest in peace to Franco. He was what, 72? Very unfortunate. Boom, boom, boom. A lot of dumb fantasy stuff. I'm just kind of looking around. A lot of stuff on fantasy going around. Ravens got Sammy Watkins back, so that's funny. New bill would allow an Army draft prospect Andre Carter II to embark on pro career. Yeah, apparently that's been like a thing that's been going on, is this Andre Carter III stuff. Used to sell donuts with vitamins in it. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, like I said, living weird could be a contributor to why his heart gave out. Kind of, I don't know, he's not even young, he's old. Not like super old, but like he's not old enough to I don't know, be like, oh, he just died, he's just old. I don't know how to describe that one. 70's old enough to where if you die, it's not that surprising. Like, oh, his heart just stopped. It was no longer good. Like, 72 is pretty old. I don't know. I'm guessing no one else is really going to be coming around and saying much tonight, so we could probably just start to wrap this up. Need to slim it down. Yeah, bigger people, yeah, especially I would imagine for some players it gets really hard to like slim it down and lose the weight because they like take in all those calories that they were taking in. It's hard to like cut back on eating habits. So they start gaining weight if they're not burning those calories anymore. Tom Brady versus Trace McSorley, Christmas Day. Yeah, there we go. Cardinals versus Bucks, Brady versus McSorley. The McSorley fans are going absolutely insane for that battle. But all right, I think I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. There's like no one really saying much, and it's just kind of, I think it's just us three talking at this point. So appreciate you guys actually coming through. Fuck, no one else really did. Appreciate it. Appreciate everyone who did come by. It was a fun time, fun stream tonight. Yeah, I don't know. We'll be live again tomorrow for the football game. If not, I don't know. Who really cares? But I'll see you guys then. Peace out. Go Lions, go Tigers, and of course, go Patriots. Negative 30 where? Kind of got to be more specific. Where is it supposed to be negative 30 at? Just in general, like all day, like everywhere Saturday, it's minus 30. Middle America? Maybe. Not that I know of. It might be. What's up, Shlomo? You're tuning in at the wrong time. The stream's coming to a close. You want to watch the stream, you probably have to rewind it, watch from the beginning. But all right. Well, all right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. To those who did, the rest, whatever. All right. Go Lions, go Tigers, and of course, as always, go Patriots.